Good morning. We are going to finish up in Luke chapter 5 today. I know that we've been camped here for a few videos, but man, there's so much to this chapter, and I wish I could cover it all, but I would literally sit in this chapter for like 4 more videos, and that wouldn't end up being super fun. So just know this is one of my favorite chapters, and man, it speaks relationship to me. It really communicates to me the relationship-driven heart of Christ. He desires transformation in us, but I love that all of the moments that we can see in this chapter show us that transformation happens after relationship is birthed. So relationship comes first. More than transformation, Jesus desires us to have a relationship with Him. But not just with Him, it's also important that we have healthy relationships with each other. I love the story in verses 17 through 26 about the man who is healed because of the faith of his friends. So these friends are willing to cut a hole in a roof and lower their friend into the presence of Christ because he can't get there on his own, and they know how desperately he needs to be healed. So there is no length that there is not willing to go to, that they are not willing to go to. I mean, when I think about that and the reality of that, it's easy to read that on a page and just be like, oh yeah, they cut a hole in a roof. But like, they cut a hole in a roof. Not only that, they climbed on the roof. I mean, how much does an average man weigh? I don't know if I should even guess because I don't know how accurate I'd be, but like my husband weighs about 200 pounds and he's not big, he's not small, so I would assume something around there. I mean, how high up was the roof? How many feet did they have to like push this man up and pull him up to get him on the roof in the first place? So I can imagine that they were like, they had to be determined. I mean, that has to be a will like nothing else, because I'm sure it was heavy to get him up there, and they had to think through how to do this because this man was dead weight. He couldn't help them at all. But they persevered, and they got him on the roof, and they cut a hole in a roof, and then they lowered him into the presence of Christ. I mean, they were that convinced that Jesus was the answer to this man's problems. And I love that so much because I have a few of those people in my life, and reading this makes me just treasure them so much, because there have been times that I have been dead weight, laying on a mat in the back of the room, needing to get to Christ, but not being able to get there on my own. And I've had those friends that are so full of faith that they recognize that, and they take me out of the room, they take me outside, they carry me up the roof, they cut a hole in the roof, and they lower me into the presence of Christ, and I am healed because of what they did. I mean, that is a friend worth having, is it not? I mean, I cherish those people so much. And not only that, but I've been one of those people too. I've been a friend that pulls somebody into the presence of Christ because they can't get there on their own. And man, those are the relationships that are worth having. So I hope that you have those people in your life that you can turn to and that you know would cut a hole in a roof for you to get into Jesus's presence. There is nothing more valuable than a friend who chases after the Lord and who just not pulls you. It's not like they are pulling a non-willing you, but man, there's just something about being surrounded by people who are going the same direction as you are, and they are running hard, and it makes you want to run hard with them. And man, God is so cool, and I love how He reveals His relationship nature through the relationships that we have with others. Man, that speaks to me. So today, I am going to call all of my friends that, man, have ever done that for me, that have ever pulled me into the presence of Christ, and I am going to thank them because they are gems. And I am grateful They have aided in my healing. They've aided in my spiritual growth. And I long to be a friend back like that. So I just encourage you today, if you have those people, reach out to them, tell them thank you, and just know that the heart of Christ is so about relationship. He wants a relationship with you. He wants you to have healthy relationships with other people, and through relationships, transformation comes. So you'll see in relationship with Christ, you'll see yourself transformed. In relationships with others, you'll see yourself transformed. And it's a really, really cool thing. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.